Hey guys, Savage Joy here with Real Progress in Action. So I'm just going to wait until I see some more people tune in. I'm out of drinks. I'm so freaking sad. So it's water tonight and I could really use a drink. Yeah, I walked. I may have possibly walked into the door. Maybe. Some of you guys may not know I am legally blind. So being visually impaired, I kind of walk into stuff and fall a lot. So yeah, I kind of walked into a door. So that was fun. So thanks for pointing that out. The door is always in the way, always, and the coffee table, and the stairs. So I'm just gonna wait a little until I see some more people tune in. Oh God, what a day, you guys. I'm actually going to read you some of my tweets on Twitter because I've just been an animal today. I am like, I just like, I feel like I can't even get out how much rage I have. I'm actually wondering if I became like a bad person because of all that's happening to us with the establishment and everything. Um, I feel like I'm less loving because of it. I'm told I'm not. So, like by my loved ones. So hopefully that's true. Um, but I'm kind of doubting it. I don't feel so loving right now. I'm just gonna wait. Here's a few more people. Hello, King of the Catnap. Aw, thanks, Trisha. You know I wasn't gonna stay off the air tonight. No, I got way too much to say. So you guys can start, putting a few comments, and I'll skim them and try to touch on them as usual. So, of course, today's big news: Tulsi endorsed Biden. I'm not going to say I'm disappointed because I'm not surprised. Um, if you guys have um, if you guys have watched my show before, you guys know that I have stated that I don't think that Tulsi would endorse us. The part where I was wrong is that in the past I thought she and Yang had something because they were like seen going to lunch a few times together, and like she started saying UBI stuff, and they just, and their fans started like making joint memes of like president and vice president, things like that, and I was like, I could totally see that. So in any case, I was wrong about that. But I was wrong that she wouldn't endorse Bernie. So the so the lead sycophants of Tulsi are, of course, blaming everything on Bernie. Why not? They blame everything on Bernie. They expect Tulsi to take no responsibility for anything, which is why her sycophants are so similar to Hillary's. Everything is, well, in 2016, okay, well, right now, you'll have to excuse me if I feel like I wonder if she did that for political opportunity. Because she didn't have to step down from any position this time. She could have just endorsed Bernie. Yeah, it's definitely not our fault. A lot of Tulsi fans, throughout the months have said things like Bernie should pass the torch to Tulsi. He needs to drop out and endorse her, and maybe she'll make him VP. That is so incredibly absurd and offensive on so many levels. The person who has never had a single campaign office, never, was supposed to drop out and endorse, or was supposed to take over the campaign of, we've had 22 campaign offices in Iowa. We had 13 in New Hampshire. We have like a billion in Pennsylvania, and we're supposed to drop out. Over 1 million volunteers, the most donations, the most views on our YouTubes, the most, like just record-breaking things. And you're saying he should have dropped out and endorsed someone who has 2 delegates out of what, like 25 primaries. And I don't get it. Tulsi is her own person. Tulsi is a strong woman. Wait, she did this? That's Bernie's fault. No. Okay, just stop. Many of us knew Tulsi was having issues, for the past few months, be it her defending Biden and Obama and, giving props to Huckabee. And, she didn't say a damn thing when that Nazi waved a flag at Bernie's rally, waved the swastika. There were just so many things that were wrong with some of the shit she was saying, and not saying. Like when, wars were starting to happen and she like said nothing. And it's like, I get you're salty because your girl sold out, even though you swore up and down for a year she wasn't going to, and you want to take your anger out on someone, but it ain't us. I mean, it's gross. So Cullen Tiernan, or as he goes by, Yossarian. Now, I never say names on my show, but tonight I kind of just don't care. So, and I know he's not responding to me, so I'm sure his sycophant bullies will tune in. But so one of the interesting things about Cullen is on Facebook, he decided to post that the reason that the reason that Tulsi did not endorse our campaign is because of Bernie supporters. Then he quickly deleted it. So I guess like she pulled a Warren, I guess, like snake emojis are, are more important than saving lives, essentially. It seems like that's what it is. So this is a strong woman who's independent, and Bernie bros being mean to her made her endorse the epitome of who she says she's been fighting against. not just abstain from endorsing anyone. It made her actually endorse Biden. Furthermore, everyone always talks about her as the anti-war candidate. I dare you to look up her record. I have been so quiet about her record, and that's only because I feared that Bernie was going to pick her as VP, and it would fall back on him. And that's the only reason. She is not anti-war. No. Research her old tweets, too, about being pissed we weren't bombing Syria. Check out my Twitter. I'm balls to the wall now. She didn't endorse Bernie. I don't give a fuck. Trash her all you want. I don't care. I mean, we're posting facts, so they're going to get mad. Oh, well. One of my posts says, we heard all the time, it's not like Bernie's the only progressive. Yang endorsed Biden, Tulsi endorsed Biden, Liz endorsed nobody and forgets everything she ever said she was fighting for the day her campaign ended. So, yes, Bernie was the only progressive. Furthermore, it's not like Tulsi endorsed Biden when he was the only one left. That would be a different story. I'd still be like, why? Like, what's the point? If he's the only one running, why do you feel you need to? You're still a hypocrite. But the fact that she chose him instead of Bernie, that is so fucked up on so many levels. And, people say, well, Bernie said if he doesn't win, he'll endorse Biden. Yeah. And don't get me started on that shit, because if and when that day comes, I'm going to rip him a new asshole too. But the difference is he's not endorsing Biden over a progressive. That's the difference. Endorsing him when he would have been the only one left wouldn't have been as much as a fuck you. So anyway, they just love the fact that they're just blaming Bernie. Yang people blame Bernie. He should have passed the torch to Yang. Yang could have won then. I love how, like, Yang people, Tulsi people, they honestly think, like, the 5 years of blood, sweat, and tears we put in needs to be passed to them. No. I did not volunteer in Iowa for 5 weeks, knocking on doors in 2 below, with snow and ice up to my knees for Yang or for Tulsi. No. My vote, my money, my volunteering, Bernie. That's it. So, and just to put things into perspective, I am terrified that Bernie will drop. And the reason is he hasn't said he won't. And it scares the living shit out of me, because so many of us will give the fuck up if that's the case. And yes, I know it's not me, us. And I get the movement is bigger than Bernie. But the thing is, we should never give in to the establishment like that. Bring it to the convention. If we lose, we go from there. But don't quit. And I am so scared he's considering that. And his, campaign people have been posting things like, we're behind you, Bernie, no matter what. Don't. I have sent PMs to, like, all of Bernie's staff that follows me. I've sent emails to the co-chairs. Please, don't let him drop. Please. We already got Biden to sign on to fucking, free college for some people. Like, this is what happened. The longer we stayed in it in 2016, the more we got Hillary to okay crap. At the very least, use your leverage, damn it. So Kyle Kulinski today said, would you vote for Biden if Bernie was his VP? That would never happen. Would I? Probably, because then I would encourage Bernie to file the 25th Amendment and get Joe out because of his cognitive decline, and then we'd have Bernie. So at least Bernie would be in the White House, but I don't see that ever happening, ever in a million years. So I think that's kind of a whataboutism, and I try not to go there. So, then Crystal Ball said Bernie should drop if Biden gives him a position in his cabinet. Excuse me? Anytime you say Bernie should drop, fuck you. I don't care what's coming after it. Fuck you. Don't act like you're part of the movement and then say Bernie should drop or Bernie should drop if. Fuck you. No, he shouldn't. I know it's easy for these rich people to say, but no. Some of our lives are literally on the line. There are people dying in the fucking street. And you're just saying he should drop if. No, he shouldn't drop. Period. He owes us. I'm going to put it straight up. He owes us. We have been working our asses off for 13 months. Tooth and nail. Working our asses off. And he would betray the hell out of us if he just called it quits. That is betrayal. Yes, I understand he'd still be, in the Senate and everything. Okay, cool. I didn't campaign for him in the Senate. I didn't donate to him in the Senate. I did these things for a president. That's what I did it for. So, no, it's not the same. Not me, us, absolutely. But we need someone on the so-called inside to push the damn legislation. What about all these executive orders that he said he would do on day one? Reinstating DACA, day one. Legalizing marijuana, day one. These are things that would change lives. The thought of him even considering dropping out is both infuriating and heartbreaking. I don't know that he is in fact considering it, but the fact that he hasn't said anything about him not doing it, that's enough for me to question. Also, I'm going to be selfish for a minute and say, I haven't campaigned my ass off for him to not even be able to vote for him. I don't vote for him. I don't vote till next month. At least give me that, Bernie. Jesus. Let me at least do what I've been working my ass off for. Now, okay, so let's get into this. So we are about 280 delegates down from Biden. Now, there's some things that go with that. There's some caveats. Number one, we still haven't been given all the fucking delegates from California and Utah, both of which we won. From Super Tuesday, they still have not allocated them to us. So that takes away from that 280 right there. Then, also, Obama was over 300 points different, 300 delegates at this point, 300 delegates down. So is it feasible we still win? Feasible. Would it be hard as fuck? Fuck yes. But at the same time, it's better than dropping out. We have New York coming up. We can win New York. Dude, We have fucking Alexandria. We have Zephyr. We have what's her name? Cynthia Nixon. We have these freaking New York powerhouses. We can win New York. And New York is worth almost 300 delegates. Also, I think in Pennsylvania, we're working our asses off. I think we could do pretty well in Pennsylvania. But Puerto Rico is next week. We can win Puerto Rico. We did last time. Our biggest voting bloc is Hispanic people. Come on. Let's at least go to New York, Bernie. Please. Please. I've just been making myself sick about this shit. No, I will never vote Biden either. Like, I will very happily not vote for Biden. Tina, I put that in my emails and private messages to Bernie's campaign. I said that we are absolutely pissed that Bernie isn't calling for like recanvases like he did in Iowa of Massachusetts and Texas, especially. These two, according to exit polls, especially, we won them. He needs to call that shit out. He needs to. Period. It's really, I mean, it's like a slap in our face. Yeah, I know you're working your ass off to get these votes, but they're just going to steal them. It is what it is. So yeah, no, I put those in the communication I sent as well. It's hurtful. It is. And I get why he's doing it, because he's acting like a politician, but that's not good enough for me. I love that man. He is my hero. I love him so much, but I will never not call him out because he is not perfect. Yeah, I had Tim Canova on my show 3 times. I mean, unfortunately he became a huge Bernie basher and started posting Trump stuff, but whatever. Has he said anything about his girl endorsing Biden? Because he's one of the people I'm curious about. How is he blaming Bernie too? I mean, don't get me wrong. Tim and I used to be friends, and he was the first show I ever did, the first interview. And like I said, I had him 3 times. But he changed a lot. And he turned into someone that I just didn't like as much. I'll always care about him. But I don't know. I don't like it. Well, it's some of it's between he and I, but I'm just talking about everybody tonight. I never say names. This is bad. This is gonna come back to me. I know it. But no, I do care about him. I always will. I just, unfortunately, he's different. That's what I'll say. He's different than he was. But he's been through a fuckload of shit. Yeah, but John B, the thing is, Tulsi just endorsed him today. So Jimmy's blaming Bernie too. Jimmy Dore, you mean? Jimmy is, oh my God, these people. Oh my God. Oh my God. Here's the thing, people like Jimmy Dore piss me the fuck off. And here I go with names again. This whole episode is just going to fuck me over because I never say names. Ugh. But here's the thing about Jimmy that pisses me off. I haven't watched him in over a year because he does not recognize his roots. Bernie can piss you off. You can go to Tulsi. That's your right. But don't trash him, insult him, slander him, throw names at him, because guess what? No one would know who you are if it weren't for Bernie supporters. So check yourself, because that's a problem. You don't have to worship Bernie or even vote for Bernie. But the second you trash us and trash Bernie, you are literally trashing the people who made you who you are. So maybe you should just try and recognize your roots, because that's not cool. And I'm far from the only person who thinks this way. It just so happens that tonight I said it in public for the first time. Yeah, John B., I think that's a lot of it. I think people feel stupid because they were duped and they're salty and they want someone to blame that, they were like totally didn't see all the signs that we saw. So as far as I digress. But one of the things that when I was talking about that there's still, so many delegates at stake, primaries still to come. Okay. So Ohio, Georgia, Puerto Rico, Alaska, Hawaii, Louisiana, Wyoming, Wisconsin, Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, New York, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Kansas, Indiana, Nebraska, West Virginia, Kentucky, Oregon, Virgin Islands, DC, Montana, New Jersey, New Mexico, South Dakota. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 26 primaries still to go. So, so 26 primaries, I think we can totally win Puerto Rico. I strongly think we can win New York. I think we'll have a good showing in Pennsylvania. Virgin Islands, we won last time. It's not a lot of delegates, unfortunately. New Mexico, I think we could definitely win again. West Virginia, we won all 55 counties last time. Ohio, because of Miss Nina, I think we could probably win. Let's see. Hawaii, we won last time, but that's not a lot of delegates. Wisconsin, I think we could win again. Connecticut. So all we need is Bernie to fucking fight for us. If Bernie stays in this race, we can win more states. I have no doubt. And this isn't wishful thinking. This is the ones I just named. I've gone back and actually looked through our numbers from 2016 and looked at polling now to kind of, to view things. And also, Joe is, he's got to do something stupid. He does stupid stuff every day, but what about when his brain melts? If Bernie is literally the only, or if Biden's literally the only person in the race, what happens when he has when his brain melts? There's no one else there to be a nominee. Carol, I get that. I've complained nonstop that he needs to speak up about the, the voting discrepancies, but that has nothing to do with Tulsi at all. Like, she didn't stick up for him when a fucking Nazi was waving a swastika at his, at his rally. She's a grown woman. I understand that would bother her. I get it. But to say, I'm just going to, endorse an establishment molesting warmonger because my feelings are hurt. No. I'm not going to let any rationalization of her endorsement go by. Nope, not at all. So Lauren puts out a tweet today that was just so adorable. My friend Ayanna Presley is leading our fight to cancel student debt. I can't imagine a better partner to help the millions of students and families getting crushed with debt during the coronavirus outbreak. We can do this. Hashtag cancel my debt. So first of all, you spelled Bernie Sanders wrong. Second of all, no. Just second of all, no. Her student debt cancellation is contingent on income, household size. You can only get up to $50,000 canceled, up to $50,000 canceled, and it's only good for one per household. And you have to make $120,000 or less a year, and that's with both parents. So what's that? Maybe 3 out of 10 people, maybe, and you aren't even guaranteed the full $50,000. I worked in federal student loans for over 3 years. The majority of people I talked to had way more than $50,000 in debt. That's for fucking sure. So it says nothing about interest rates. So those will just keep capitalizing. It'll barely make a dent. So she uses that term very falsely. It is not student debt cancellation. It's maybe, possibly, if you qualify, partial student debt cancellation. If only people did more research. It's so frustrating. Okay, so Kamala yesterday was, talking about how she was coming out with a plan to give families $500 a month during this crisis. And people were like, yes, queen, yes, queen. Well, here's the thing. When you actually open the bill, you realize that it says that it's a tax credit. That's a year from now. What the hell are people going to do with that right now? I mean, but there's a whole thread of, yes, queen, you care about the people. Whatever. Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear this, but I want to see if I can play it.
People will get into a lot of conversations about political tactics and how do we win this race and who's going to beat Donald Trump. Bluntly, I might get in trouble for saying this. What does it matter if we beat Donald Trump if we end up with someone who will perpetuate the very same crony capitalist policies, corporate policies, and waging more of these costly wars?
Ain't that a change? How about that shit? How about that? So, what else did I post? Let's see. That one was really jump. So I wrote a big post about Tulsi. As you can see, I put a big old anti sign through her picture on our picture together. And I'll read you my post. Why? In 2016, I put Tulsi Gabbard as VP when I wrote Bernie in. In 2018, I met her, thanked her for stepping down from the DNC, and we had a great conversation. She was kind and appreciative of my activism. During her run for president, I saw more and more things which concerned me, but kept her as my number two. A few things which I never shared publicly is that she agreed to come on my show, yet didn't when she was told I was a devout Bernie supporter. Yes, this is true. She did the same to Mike from the Humanist Report. It wasn't cool at all, but I kept her as my second. As much as she pissed me off with so many of her posts, what did me in was her lack of concern. I haven't stated this publicly until now. Her surrogate bullied me, slandered me, and made insinuations I supported Bernie because of sexual reasons. He also trashed me on video. I sent countless emails and messages to Tulsi and her staff, complete with screenshots, and never heard a word back. And yes, they showed that they were indeed read. I do not trust or have respect for anyone who makes their campaign about quote-unquote aloha, yet associates directly with someone who behaves that way. Provided tangible proof, yet this surrogate did not even so much as add posts not officially connected to Tulsi's campaign or something like I have on mine. The longer I received no response, the more disgusted I became. Full transparency, the only two reasons I didn't go public with this before is because I figured if she endorsed Bernie, it may hurt our campaign. And also, I know how much worse the attacks will get by speaking up. I'm not surprised Tulsi endorsed Biden. In fact, I find it quite predictable. So there's the truth. She canceled when she found out I wasn't a direct supporter of her. And I sent, when you send emails to Tulsi's campaign, you immediately get like one of those pop-up boxes that says, we make sure to read every single one of our messages. It's our campaign promise. So I emailed that 4 times. I emailed Colin Yossarian directly. I messaged Colin twice on Facebook. I messaged him 3 times on Twitter. I messaged Tulsi herself on Twitter because she opened up her messages. And I messaged Tulsi's campaign directly on Twitter because they opened their messages. I literally tried to contact them in like a dozen different ways. Screenshots, everything, in every single one. Nothing. That shows me who she is. That shows me. That's all I need to know. That's it. I mean, it's gross. It's absolutely gross. And I know the second they know someone sends them screenshots of my post, I'm in for it. I know I am. It's going to get ugly. What else did I put? So there's something going around. Oh, I did post, at least I don't have to hear she's working with Bernie. They have a plan anymore. Because there was nothing tangible showing that was ever the case, but people love to say it 24/7. No, they are not working together. Today it was proven. Shut the hell up. She's running against us. That is not working together. That is trying to take votes. That's what that is. Oh, well, she's just in it to give delegates at the convention. She has 2, and I'm surprised she got that. It was just constant, deflecting. Like, no, I don't believe things unless and until they're said. And neither Bernie nor her ever said a word about, even hinted they were working together. Garbage. So someone pointed out something really interesting. Tulsi at the debate, when she was going off on Kamala, she said, you would continue the Bush, Clinton, Trump foreign policy of regime change war. There's no Obama mentioned in that. You would continue the Bush, Clinton, Trump foreign policy of regime change wars. Where's Obama? More drones were dropped during their time than anyone else's. We were in 7 wars, but during Obama's presidency. How did she conveniently leave that out? Furthermore, she didn't exactly go after Biden. She actually defended him countless times on Twitter. So, and if you guys haven't seen her video, it is so gross. It's truly gross. Let's see. Okay, so I saw this tweet, and it was interesting because I'm not sure. Oh, thank you, John B. Yeah, people were asking me, is Tulsi my second? If Bernie drops out, will I vote for Tulsi? I was like, hell no. Like, no, I don't have a second. My second is Bernie. My third is Bernie. My fourth is Yellow Vest. And my fifth is fucking guillotines. Like, I'm done. I'm over this shit. I'm going to Milwaukee for the convention, regardless if Bernie is like on the stage. DNC needs to be protested, period. They fucked with our democracy. Democracy is dead. They need to be protested, and I hope a lot of others still come out. So was something that's a few people sent me that I find really interesting, and I wasn't going to go into this, but I talked with someone else on independent media, and he addressed it, so I guess I will. Tulsi's brother made a Facebook post that says, Bernie has treated my sister like shit all the way through this. She has tried to endorse him again, and he has refused her support. Whoever he's getting his advice from is doing a terrible job. You go ahead, keep talking about her however you want, but know this. She is going to continue being independent and keep fighting for us instead of the establishment. This was written today. She's going to keep being independent and fighting the establishment. So the fact that he said, her brother, who's obviously going to defend her regardless. And Tulsi supporters are blacking out the name. So just in case anybody tries to show that to you, it is in fact her brother. I have the original. In any case, he's obviously going to offend her or defend her. But this was my response. You guys are doing everything in your power to rationalize her making this choice. He was mean to me, so I endorsed the epitome of the person I always said I was fighting against. So literally, like, even if he was mean to you, like, even if that is true, which I don't believe, but even if it were, the fact that you are that weak to be like, oh, he was mean to me, so I'm just going to endorse the person that I have said I'm totally against. No, how about you pull a Liz and don't endorse either one? How about that? He didn't make you endorse a fucking warmonger. He didn't make you do that because he's mean to you. Cop out. Bullshit. So all of these people want us to believe, you know, she's this strong, independent woman, but yet her feelings made her endorse the establishment. Okay, dude. Awesome. That's just great. I just don't know, you guys. I still did 3 hours of phone banking for Bernie last night and tonight. Unfortunately, our Pennsylvania campaign offices opened and closed 2 days later because of the virus. So we haven't been able to go there. We're waiting to be able to get back in, and I don't want it to be packing up. So I don't know, you guys. It's a fucked up time. It really is. And my only hope is Bernie being in this presidential race. Because if he drops, there's so many problems with that. But also, like, good luck ever getting a progressive president. Like, sorry, establishment, you are stronger. Well, you know what? Yeah, that very well may be, but that doesn't mean we have to bow the fuck down. Keep fighting. And people are like, Bernie's evil because he's making people go out and vote, you know, even though of coronavirus. So let's just get this straight. First of all, he's making people go out and vote. Biden's the one that won, you freaking idiots. But it's him making people go out and vote? Shut the hell up. Second of all, what's with this blue wave shit and voting down ballot? Even if Bernie wasn't in the race, if he wasn't, people wouldn't show up and vote down ticket either. So then you lose seats in Congress, Senate, everything else. So they're just talking nonsense. They want him to drop so bad. And Joe Biden, actually, you know, we did that concert it was like a live stream concert with the singer of My Morning Jacket and Neil Young. And, you know, Bernie did a speech, of course, because it was like a virtual rally. And Bernie said not one thing about go out and vote for me tomorrow. Not one word. Never said that. Joe Biden, literally for 2 days in Florida, and we all know most of the voters in Florida are elderly, and most of Joe's voters are elderly. Joe Biden, for 48 hours, sent out voice messages, phone calls, and commercials stating, you still need to go out and vote to keep the Obama administration alive. That is so disgusting. And Simone Sanders, who's a fucking mess anyway, she she posted absolutely false information on Twitter saying that the CDC said it was okay to go out and vote, which they never said. So Joe is actually the gross one to manipulate elderly people and say, this is the only way we can keep the Obama, legacy alive. That's fucked up. So the fact that people are blaming Bernie when we didn't even fucking win those states is so stupid. Yeah, I'll write Bernie in again if I have to. I'm not voting for anyone else. Like, I refuse. And the Green candidate is Howie Hawkins. Yeah, Tom Perez is just a dumpster fire. You guys, I am not being myself tonight. You know what it is? It's like, for like a few months, when I was interviewing for the campaign and I was in the running to be a delegate, things like that, like I really, really cut back like my savagery and my cursing, and because the co-chairs have seen my show. One of them has been on my show 4 times. So I was like, I gotta kind of tone it down a little because they're gonna like watch. But I at this point I'm just like, I don't even know if our campaign is gonna keep going. So like working for the campaign is just like not on my priority list right now. I just need to voice myself because I am so down, and so sad with everything and so angry, that you guys are, very therapeutic for me. Yeah, Rob, it's absolutely Bernie's fault that Tulsi, as a grown woman, endorsed Biden. Absolutely. We need to seriously fucking start trending, like Biden is a Russian asset or something, because people like Mira Tandon, who are like, Tulsi's Putin loves Tulsi and stuff, is now like, thank you so much for endorsing Joe. It's like, it's so crazy. Like, she's yes queen when she joins them. Ugh, God. This I just keep singing like Queen in my head. Is this a real life or is this just fantasy? It's so freaking bananas. Oh my God, Tina, are you kidding me? They have the polls in nursing homes? What? Oh my God. Yes, Tina. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, I live in Pennsylvania, so the problem is that we have a close primary, and I had to go Dem to vote for Bernie. If he drops, I'm going independent, like literally that second. And if not, after I vote the next morning, I'm going independent. Like either way, I'm Dem exiting. I did it in 2016, but this time I'm doing it for good. Yeah, Rob, absolutely. Both Yang and Tulsi try to run their campaigns as outsiders, and they both endorse the most, you know, uh, establishment warmonger. And it's so funny. Um, I saw a Tulsi supporter say, this is all in a plan because what she's going to do is she's going to try to get into Biden's administration so she can talk him out of doing wars. Okay. Okay. Sure. Absolutely. Because the DNC loves her and they will totally support Joe putting her in his cabinet. Absolutely. And she's that powerful that she can stop Biden from continuing wars. She is one powerful woman. It's, I used to think it was imagination, and now I just think it's complete delirium. Like, they're absolutely delirious. Like, I don't want to say his name because, but the King Tulsi sycophant on one of his shows, or on his Twitter post, said Tulsi could literally win every single state. I was like, she literally can't even get on the debate stage. Yeah, I mean, like, fuck around and find out. Like, seriously. Like, they learned nothing from 2016. Nothing. And we're going to have to answer for this shit for another 4 years. And you know what? When guys, not when guys, because I'm reading the comment, when people say, oh, Trump wants to go against Bernie. No, Trump literally said 2 days ago, I'll be glad to go against Biden. He knows he could whoop Biden's ass. Watching them together on a debate stage, I will never be more mortified to be an American. Oh my God. Yeah, Rob. I volunteered in Iowa for 5 weeks, and I was at a caucus station. Like, I was, one of the observers who was, to like convince people to come over to Bernie and stuff. And so we had over 800 people at our location, and not one Tulsi person showed up. Literally not one. She was the only person who didn't have a single supporter. That's pretty bad. Yeah, Tulsi never had a single campaign office. And she never had more than like 100 people at any event. Oh yeah, no, yeah, absolutely, Freeman. Like, I am done with the Democrats. Absolutely. Oh no, we can think up something else. Like, I'm done. Absolutely, 1,000,000,000%. I have no affiliation to the undemocratic party. I was at Occupy DNC in 2016 and ripped up my voter registration card and threw it in the casket with upside down donkeys. And we had a fucking candlelight vigil for democracy. Like, I'm done. I am done. Like, they don't believe in democracy. So what's the point? I've voted every year for 22 years since I'm 40, but I always will, but that means I may be writing people in, because I don't vote for people I don't support. I don't do the down ticket bullshit. Like, no. I don't do the whole, like, vote blue no matter who. I could talk about for like 18 million years, but it's like, vote blue no matter who means literally you can keep cheating, you can keep taking corporate money, you can keep doing absolutely anything and everything, and you will still get our votes, which is exactly why they have no reason to change. I'm I'm just so exhausted, you guys. Like, I swear I've cried more in the past 48 hours than like probably like the past like 6 months combined. It's so crazy. I voted for my first Green last year. Uh, Paul Glover, he was on my show 3 times. He popped my green cherry last year. He ran for governor in PA. Adore him. So yeah, but I'm an independent through and through. My suggestion to everyone is if you have a Twitter, on Twitter we had trending yesterday. It may still be trending. I'm not 100% sure, but we had hashtag Dear Bernie trending. And what it was is we were writing little snippets about why we want Bernie to stay in the race. And I'm just going to keep doing them. There were thousands. So he just needs to know we're holding him accountable. We've been fighting for him tooth and nail, and he owes us to see this shit through. If he doesn't, I will never think of him the same, ever. But I'm really trying not to go down that dark path, because when I do, it's just not good. So, let's sigh. So, I will be going live. Let me think. Tomorrow I have a 3-hour training on how to be a victory captain for Bernie's campaign. Essentially, I'll be training people and how to do like phone banking, text banking, and using persuasion to get people to switch from Biden and things like that, which I think I'm pretty good at. But so yay, victory captain for Pennsylvania. Woo! So fingers crossed. Yeah. I mean, you guys do what I did. Write the campaign. I'm sitting there. I'm telling you, I was sending everyone PMs, emails. I'm like, you need to tell Bernie that blah, blah, blah. He better not drop out on us. Like, I've been telling everyone. I'm like, listen, he owes us. This is not me, us. Us wants you to stay in. Regardless of what me wants. Like, take that. No, us wants you. Keep going. Grr. I did read an article. Let me see if I have the screenshot. I read an article yesterday that said Bernie said he's waiting to see how New York goes, but it didn't have a quote in it. So I'm not going to go by that. I want him to stay until at least New York, at least. So, God, Bernie, I don't know, but yeah, we can only hope. Only so much is in our control. Dude, if he went independent, I think, I'm not going to say what I was going to say, but let's just say I would be happy. I would be ecstatic. And I'm not sure that we could win that way, but it'd be fucking awesome. I hope that this time yeah, I agree with you guys. Okay, I will be going live probably at some point this weekend or Monday night. I'm just kind of waiting for more stuff to happen. And it seems like every fucking day. Oh, speaking of fuck, last night, did you see what Bernie said? It was so amazing. And now there's audio. I can't quote it exactly, but it was like, they asked him about dropping out, and Bernie's like, I'm trying to deal with a fucking pandemic right now. Oh my God, it was so awesome. Yeah, Bernie's, oh my God. Savage Bernie is the best Bernie. So good. It was amazing. He's like, is that all right for you? Is that good enough? Dude, presidents be president. And yeah, that was epic. One of my favorite Bernie moments of all time. Absolutely. And if you haven't seen it, watch Bernie's grandson Dylan said that he had a TikTok, and he woke Bernie up from his nap, and Bernie came down the stairs like, some little boy woke me up. And he walked down the stairs really just slowly and like, I'm going to eat him. Just see if you could. There were articles about it with the clips in it too. It's adorable. It is seriously adorable. So see if you can find that. Absolutely, Tina. I mean, as much as we're hurting, I mean, he and Jane are hurting worse. All right, guys, I will let you go. Thank you guys so much for watching and commenting. I always love that you guys are interactive in the chat. That's one of my favorite things. Rob, I don't know. Rob said, how bad do you think Trump is going to kick Joe's ass? I say 47-3. I mean, I think it's going to be pretty bad. or they'll put like an emergency like amendment type thing to like abolish electoral college or something. Who knows? Thank you, Trisha. Much love to all of you guys. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.